Good evening. This is Rachel from Live News 3000, bringing you the top story of the day. Tonight, we take you inside a compelling and thought provoking discussion between renowned anchor Julie C. and celebrated author Salene Hill.
In its grand and intricate design is a mosaic composed of moments, both fleeting and enduring. Each day presents a fresh canvas, a time brimming with potential, a space where miracles, both large and small, unfold. We are all participants in this ongoing creation, constantly piecing together the intricate narratives that define our individual experiences and contribute to the collective human story.
The pursuit of prosperity, a common thread in the tapestry of human ambition, manifests in diverse forms. It demands relentless dedication, a commitment of 50 to 60 hours a week, tirelessly building a foundation for future security. For others, fortune smiles from the outset, bestowing the privilege of inherited wealth, a legacy passed down through generations. Regardless of the starting point, the desire for a better future fueled the engine of human endeavor.
The human psyche grapples with the passage of time, caught between the allure of youthful exuberance and the wisdom of accumulated experience. The young age of plenty and entertainment beckons with its promise of carefree indulgence, a siren song of instant gratification.
In contrast, the later years often involve a fervent desire to preserve what has been painstakingly built, a clinging to the fruits of past labor, a safeguarding of hard-won achievements. This tension between embracing the present and preserving the past is constant negotiation, a delicate balancing act that shapes our decisions and defines our priorities.
Just as we navigate the complexities of our individual lives, the Earth itself is in constant motion, a dynamic interplay between human actions and natural forces, from the smallest ripple to the most cataclysmic event. Everything is interconnected, a web of cause and effect that shapes the world around us. Our understanding of this interconnectedness, our ability to perceive the intricate relationships between humans and nature, dictates how we navigate the challenges and opportunities that life presents.
The lens through which we perceive the world profoundly influences our experience of it. Our perspectives, shaped by our beliefs, values, and experiences, decide how we interpret events and how we respond to the circumstances we meet. If we approach life with open minds and compassionate hearts, we are more likely to find meaning and purpose, to cultivate resilience, and to appear from adversity stronger and wiser. Conversely, a narrow or cynical worldview can lead to disillusionment, resentment, and a sense of being trapped within limitations.
The choices we make, the seeds we plant in the fertile ground of our lives, decide the nature of our harvest. We have the agency to cultivate qualities of heroism and compassion, to strive for excellence, and to inspire others. Alternatively, we can choose a path of humility and service, dedicating ourselves to the quiet, unsung acts of kindness that make the world a better place. The humble soldier and the human hero are not mutually exclusive. They are different expressions of the human potential for goodness, both equally valuable and both contributing to the collective well-being of society.
The human tendency to turn back time, to revisit the past in search of missed opportunities or pivotal moments, is a testament to our desire for understanding and control. We yearn to understand the choices that shaped our present, to learn from our mistakes, and to glean insights that can guide our future decisions. While we cannot literally alter the past, the act of reflection can be profoundly transformed, allowing us to frame our experiences, find meaning in our struggles, and cultivate a deeper appreciation for the journey that has brought us to where we are today.
The frame of miracles that is each day is not solely defined by grand, momentous events. It is equally shaped by the quiet, unassuming moments of connection, the fleeting glimpses of beauty that punctuate our daily routines. A shared smile, a helping hand, a moment of gratitude. These seemingly insignificant occurrences contribute to the overall richness of our lives, imbuing them with meaning and purpose.
To truly embrace the tapestry of time, we must cultivate an awareness of the present moment, a mindful appreciation for the unfolding drama of our daily existence. By paying attention to the subtle nuances of our experiences, engaging with the world around us with curiosity and compassion, we can unlock the potential for growth, connection, and fulfillment. We must recognize that we are not merely passive observers in the unfolding story of our lives. We are active participants, weaving our individual threads into the larger tapestry of human history.
Ultimately, the legacy we leave behind is not defined by our material possessions or our professional achievements, but by the impact we have on the lives of others. Did we contribute to the greater good? Did we inspire hope and create positive change? Did we embrace the challenges and opportunities that life presented with courage and compassion? These are the questions that will ultimately determine the meaning and significance of our lives.
The piece-together process of creating a meaningful life is an ongoing endeavor, a continuous cycle of learning, growing, and evolving. It requires a willingness to embrace uncertainty, to adapt to change, and to persevere in the face of adversity. It demands a commitment to personal growth, a dedication to serving others, and an unwavering belief in the power of human potential.
The time of miracles that unfold each day is a gift, a precious opportunity to create a life filled with purpose, meaning, and joy. By embracing the present moment, learning from the past, and striving to create a better future, we can weave together a tapestry of time that is both beautiful and enduring, a testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome challenges and to create a world filled with hope, compassion, and love.
Let us, therefore, approach each day with gratitude and determination, ready to embrace the miracles that await, ready to contribute our unique threads to the grand tapestry of life.
I sit here amidst the organized chaos of my workroom, a battlefield of marketing reports and frantic internet searches. The air crackles with the energy of a new year, a new era. Outside, the world rushes toward a sweltering summer, mirroring the feverish pace of innovation that defines our age. We're living in a time unlike any other, a dawn fueled by technological leaps and societal shifts, and frankly, it's both exhilarating and a little terrifying.
Remote work has unshackled us from the confines of the traditional office. Women are shattering glass ceilings with strength and grace I deeply admire. We are seeing a redefinition of masculinity, one that values intellect and empathy over brute force. Yet, beneath the surface of progress, a disquieting undercurrent flows.
Wars and rumors of wars plague the news. Panic seems to be the default setting. The younger generations, inheriting this complex world, are understandably struggling to find their footing, and the wisdom of our elders and the foundations of our society is fading at an alarming rate, leaving us feeling motionless.
Doctors, armed with all the advancements of modern medicine, are still struggling to keep pace with the diseases that ravage our aging population. It feels like the world is teetering on the edge, but I believe amidst this turmoil lies an unprecedented opportunity, a chance to not just survive, but to thrive.
This is a time when the rules are being rewritten, when the old paradigms are crumbling, and when the very fabric of reality seems malleable. It's a time when fortunes are being made, not just in the traditional sense of financial wealth, but in the richness of experience, the strength of connections, and the pursuit of purpose.
Consider this. We live in an age where we can question the very nature of our existence, challenge the boundaries of science, and connect with people across continents in a matter of seconds. We are empowered to learn, to create, to build, and to disrupt like never before. This power, however, comes with a responsibility to use our newfound abilities wisely, to build a better future, not just for ourselves, but for generations to come.
I understand the stress of life. You are feeling overwhelmed by the constant influx of information and the rapid pace of change. I feel it too. But dwelling on these fears only paralyzes us. We must harness the anxiety and transform it into action.
That's why I'm so enthusiastic about sharing this perspective. I want to encourage you to embrace the uncertainty, the potential and chaos, to recognize the immense opportunity that lies before us.
Now let's consider thing profound. The notion of walking backwards in time while keeping our minds firmly planted in the present. It's a thought experiment, a metaphorical journey into the past with the wisdom of the present. Can we learn from the mistakes of history without being bound by its limitations? Can we carry the lessons of the past into the future, shaping a better tomorrow? I believe we can.
We can analyze the errors of earlier generations, find the patterns of behavior that led to conflict and suffering, and use that knowledge to build a fairer and more sustainable future. We can revisit the moments of triumph and innovation, extract the principles of success, and apply them to the challenges we face today.
And this is crucial, we must do so with our minds firmly anchored in the present. We cannot allow ourselves to be consumed by nostalgia or paralyzed by regret. We must approach the past with a critical eye, constantly questioning, learning, and adapting.
I believe this is the key to navigating the dawn of this new era. People must learn from the past, to embrace the present, and to shape the future with courage, compassion, and an unwavering belief in the power of human potential. It's a challenging path, no doubt, but it's a path worth taking, and I, for one, am excited to walk it with you. Let's embrace the dawn together. Let's build a future we can all be proud of.
The blinking cursor on my screen feels accusatory, a digital judge waiting for the next profound pronouncement. But honestly, the well of grand pronouncements feels a little dry this morning. The caffeine hasn't quite kicked in, and the newsfeed assault, a fresh batch of geopolitical anxieties, climate change reports that read like dystopian fiction, and yet another celebrity divorce plastered as breaking news is making my head throb.
I lean back in my ergonomic chair, the mesh sighing in protest. Outside, the sun is finally burning through the morning haze, promising a scorcher. My neighbor's lawnmower, a persistent summer soundtrack, whines in the distance. For a moment, I just want to surrender to the mundane, to ignore the swirling vortex of global angst and focus on, say, sorting my overflowing spice rack.
But then I remember the stack of emails waiting, the messages from people who resonated with the last article, hungry for more. People who, just like me, are trying to make sense of this chaotic tapestry we call modern life. They're looking for a map, a compass, maybe just a flicker of hope in the encroaching darkness, and I feel a familiar pull, a sense of obligation to try, even if I'm just fumbling in the dark alongside them.
This whole walking backwards into the future concept is not just clever philosophical exercise. It's a survival mechanism, a way to glean wisdom from the wreckage of the past without getting buried in its rubble. It's about recognizing the echoes of history in the present, understanding that the mistakes we're making now aren't entirely new.
Think about it. The tribalism tearing at the seams of our societies, is not that just a modern echo of ancient feuds? The relentless pursuit of economic growth at the expense of the environment? Haven't we seen where that leads? History is not just a collection of dates and names. It is a cautionary tale, a vast and complex data set offering clues to navigate the present.
But here's the trick. We cannot just blindly apply the lessons of the past. The world has changed too much. The information landscape is saturated, the technological advancements are overwhelming, and the sheer scale of global disconnectedness is unprecedented. We cannot simply dust off old solutions and expect them to work.
For instance, take the concept of leadership. In the past, leadership was often associated with strength, dominance, and a hierarchical structure. Today, that model is crumbling. People are craving something different: vulnerability, empathy, collaboration. They want leaders who listen, who empower, who prioritize purpose over profit.
Walking backwards, we can see the limitations of the old model, the damage it inflicted. We still need leaders, but leaders who are informed by the past, grounded in the present, and committed to building a better future.
And what about technology? We marvel at its power, its potential to connect us, to educate us, to solve the world's most pressing problems. But we also see its dark side, the spread of misinformation, the erosion of privacy, the addictive nature of social media, the potential for AI to displace human workers.
Walking backwards, we can see the early warnings, the cautionary tales of technology run amok. We can learn from the Luddites who feared the dehumanizing effects of industrialization. We can revisit the ethical debates surrounding the development of nuclear weapons. We can examine the unintended consequences of past technological revolutions.
But we cannot simply abandon technology. It's too deeply embedded in our lives, too integral to our progress. We need to find a way to harness its power for good, to mitigate its risks, to ensure that it serves humanity rather than the other way around. We need to develop a new ethical framework for technology, one that prioritizes human well-being, social justice, and environmental sustainability.
This is the essence of walking backwards into the future, not just looking back, but actively engaging with the past, extracting its wisdom and applying it to the challenges of the present. It's a process of constant learning, constant adaptation, constant evolution.
And it's not easy. It requires humility, a willingness to admit our mistakes, and a willingness to challenge our own assumptions. It requires courage, the courage to stand up for what we believe in, even when it's unpopular. And it requires hope, an unwavering belief in the power of human potential to create a better world.
So, as I sit here facing the blinking cursor, I realize that I don't have all the answers. I don't have a magical formula for navigating this complex and turbulent era. But I do have a conviction that by learning from the past, embracing the present, and shaping the future with intention, we can create a world that is more just, fairer, and more sustainable.
And that's a message worth sharing, even if it's just a small flicker of hope in the encroaching darkness. Maybe, just maybe, it's enough to light the way forward. I take a deep breath and begin to type. The lawnmower's drone fading into the background, replaced by the quiet hum of purpose. The cursor blinks, no longer accusatory, but inviting, beckoning me to join the conversation, to walk backwards into the future together.
This has been a grand evening with anchor Julie C. and author Salene Hill, filled with inspiring dialogue and thoughtful reflections on our rapidly changing world.